Boiler, will you shut up? Hey guys, so today I'm going to be walking you through all the books I read in January. And yes, I know it's February. So if you aren't aware or don't follow me on any other platform, I read a lot. So to make sure this video isn't days long, I'm only going to deep dive into my favourite books of the month and then give you a simple yes, no, or maybe with a little bit of context for the remainder of the books. So let's get started. Hateful Vows and Hateful Secrets by CJ Lucci. These are the first two books in the Villain series. I don't know if we're getting a third. I believe that we are, but I could be wrong about that. Book one is Stepbrother, Stepsister / Arranged Marriage. Book two is Mafia Princess and Bodyguard. Well, stalker turned bodyguard. This series is based in the UK and it has Italian mafia, the Russian mafia and Croatian mafia, which I don't know about you, but I've never read about the Croatian mafia before, so that was very insightful. The plots had me intrigued from start to finish. CJ Lucci does not sugarcoat anything when it comes to her plot twists. It had my heartstrings a-tugging. So much emotional trauma. Both of these books were so easy to read and the spice, delicious. To round off both of these books, I have to leave you with this quote from book two. Don't ever beg, don't bow, don't plead. I'm the monster you own, you command me. Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine, Maas. Now I would show you my physical copy, however, I can't be asked to undo the decoration that I have set up because it's a bugger to put on. This is a direct continuation of book one, which is Blood of Hercules. This sits in the maybe pile for me. I carried on reading this book because I thought the audio was good and Nyx has the best sarcastic, crude humour. It matches very well with my own. Augustus's raccoon, sorry I forget his name, was an absolute maniac. Think Tasmanian devil that's obsessed with creating chaos in somebody's hair. And the ending that we got, from what I could take from it, will lead us on very nicely to the next duology, which I believe is going to be about Medusa and her two men. I'm not going to tell you who those two men are because it would spoil the end of Bonds of Hercules for you. Muscles and Monsters by Ashley Bennett. Now, this is book one in the Leviathan series. You've got a bakery shop owner and a very large blue werewolf. I am giving monster romance my best shot. I'm trying to broaden my horizons, if you will. It was, I believe, about 5 hours on audio at about 1.6 speed, and it was really cute, and he has a knot. Stop it. And the chasing scene had me floored. Apparently I had her floored as well. On the monster romance train, I also read Cupcakes and My Orc Enemy by Honey Phillips. You get exactly what it says on the tin, my love. There's no fannying about with this one, my friends. She's new to town and they share a wall between his bakery shop and her coffee shop. He's grumpy, she's sunshine, and even though he detests her, he also thinks in his little noggin that she is the sexiest human in town. And they get it on. That's it, really. Decked, Rucked and Pucked by Lea Rose. I read this purely because of the fact it was snowing outside and I couldn't leave my house. What can I say? I'm a mood reader. It's why I choose, the boyfriends do be boyfriending, very passionately and very frequently. Oh, let's just say that. I fell in love with Lee's writing back when I read Where We Burn, which is a ex-boyfriend's dad cowboy romance. And since reading that, I am proceeding to read her entire backlog and I'm having the most amazing time. Speaking of, I also read Velvet Thorns by Lea Rose, which is the first book in a duet. The second book is out in March. This follows Phoenix and Shannon. They were best friends when they were younger. He then got picked to be the QB of their high school and pulled an utter a-hole move and basically abandoned her, as she was getting very heavily bullied and he did nothing to stop it. In their final year at school, he goes to tell her that he loves her in their old private spot. They kiss, and then her bullies turn up, and it turns out they're filming the entire thing. And it makes it appear that he set up all of that just to make fun of her. She runs away and reinvents herself. We're talking different hair, different last name, and now she's Miss Moneybags, creating a company from the ground up. Then she gets an invitation in the post. It's the school reunion, and she decides the only reason she's going is to enact her revenge on the man that broke her heart all those years ago. The direction that this went in left me gasping for book 2. And because it doesn't come out till March, I shall now be crying into my pillow until that time arrives. Voracious by Lea Rose. This is a big fat yes. It is a direct continuation from book 1, which is Insatiable. I can't talk about this book because I have severe emotional damage because of it. It caused me more emotional damage than my first boyfriend leaving me. Jesus. The Sweet Secret by Tierney Page. Be rude not to, right? Now, as Tierney so eloquently put it on her socials when she was speaking about this book, she porks her best friend's older brother, who just so happens to be her job's newest client. Bit of a sticky situation you got yourself into there, Gemma. This is book 2 in the London Hearts trilogy. This follows Gemma and Will. The flirting, the banter. I ate this up and I left no crumbs. The audio, straight puddle. This had some really cute 2000 rom-com scenes in it. You've got your classics, the running in the rain, the declaring your love in an airport, and a sister who really doesn't want you to bang her older brother. Sidebar, my theory is that Tierney either based all 3 of these FMCs on the Powerpuff Girls. OG fan, you'll know that at one point Tierney was blonde, now she's ginger. However, I've never seen her brunette, so I could be wrong. Not So Lucky and 3 Ways to Mend a Broken Heart by Trillina Pucci. I'm pairing these 2 together because they are part of the same series. These 2 I did on audio and I had a great time. The amazing thing about Trillina's writing is the banter and the complete idiocy between her MMCs. It's very entertaining. Book 1 is Drunken Marriage in Vegas, there's one bed, and a very nice scene where they play spin the bottle, but she's the bottle. However, book 1 is not a why choose. Book 2 is a why choose. You've got a revenge plot, and oh lordy, the spice. Burning, crisping, whatever word you want to pick to describe this, it was so hot. I did also read One Kill a Night by Trillina Pucci. I am going to put this in my maybe pile only because I feel as though if I hadn't listened to this on audio, I wouldn't have got through it and I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. The plot twist, loved it. Just recently finished book 2, which only came out I think a couple days ago in this series. Smashing. Loved it. Did not see that coming. And the spice, don't even get me started. Chaotic by Shantel Tessier. There's not really much I can say about this one because it follows the plot line left off from Madness, but this book does follow Cash, and if you've not read it, spoiler alert, I am going to reveal the FMC's name, Eve, or as we know her prior to the book, Yacht Girl. Now this is a dark romance. Notice how the other books though were either a dark college romance or a dark revenge romance. That is none of these things. There's none of that in this. I hope that that's clue enough without me spoiling it. I cannot wait for the next book, which I think, to be honest, is not going to be Adam's. Blackthorn by J T Gessigner. Gothic, witchy, mystery vibes. I genuinely could not put this down. Hell yeah. Mountain Grump by S.J. Tilly. I about collapsed from his inner monologue during that gym scene. That was stunning. Plus size curvy FMC. Gimme. Hitched by Biel. This is gonna be a no. I will continue with the series though. I don't know if you guys did, but I read the collection of short stories that Amazon puts out every now and again. So you had 6 books in total, and they are Accidentally Yours by Christina. This is gonna be a maybe for me. Time Will Tell by Hannah Bonam-Young. This for me is going to be a no. I don't think I'm going to read Hannah's writing, but I'm glad that I know that now. I'm sure she's a great author, but it's just not for me personally. Second act romance by Julie Soto. This sits in the maybe pile. A Play for Love by Trillina Pucci. This also sits in the maybe pile. After Valentine's Day by Catherine Cowles. This made me want to pick up more of Catherine's writing, and I'm going to go into Fragile Sanctuary, hopefully by the end of February, maybe March time. And finally, Valentine's Slay by Nevessa Allen. I love Nevessa's writing. This is a big yes from me. Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. Okay, don't hate me, but this wasn't my favourite. I'm at the very end of the tandem read, so I still have a whole book and a bit to go. Oh, however, I will say Tower of Dawn, not as bad as everybody was making it out to be, I'm not gonna lie to you. People have been shitting on that book way too hard. I said what I said. The Lies of Lena by Kaylee Snow. This sits in the maybe/yes pile for me. I don't know how to feel about reading a spicy scene that involves someone of the age of 16 and 17. It was important for the romance plotline of it all. However, it felt like I was intruding on a very private moment and I should be closing my eyes just going, okay, you guys finish and then we'll go back to this book. I shall be going into book 2, but I am pushing it back on the list only because I know that book 4 in her series, I know there's a 2.5, technically I'm gonna call it 4, comes out I think later this year because she's only just finished writing it. I could be wrong about that, by the way. Feel free to correct me in the comments, I'm not sure. Bluebird Gold by Devney Perry. I've loved Devney Perry's romances for some time now. I have Crossroads and Sunlight behind me, and I really wish that there were more books in that series because I genuinely fell in love with all those characters. With this, it was great. The 80s vibe of it all, the mystery. You've got a single dad and he has a mustache. Ew. It doesn't take a lot to please me these days, I'm finding. And the last book I read in January was In Plain Sight by Esme Taylor. The whole reason why I wanted to read this book is because I believe Tia from Ginger and Spice posted the first page of it on their stories and I was instantly hooked. The line that got me is as follows. This is the opening line, by the way. This is what got me. God, that outfit should be illegal. I'd give my right bollock to rip it open and sink into your sweet wet pussy. He's a silver fox. She's a mafia princess and a doctor. Her whole family is murdered and she goes on the run without any goodbye because she believes he's the reason behind their deaths. There is no word in the English dictionary that can possibly describe how quickly I devoured this. I cannot comprehend how more people haven't read Esme's writing. Anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying I had a great January. I don't have anything else to add. That was all the books I read, and now I don't want to talk for the next 3 working days. And yes, I know everybody who knows me in my personal life is clutching their pearls and having a feigned look of shock on their face. Very quickly before I end this off, and you lot can hold me accountable to this, I want to start reading at least 1 or 2 fantasy books a month because I'm finding that I'm really enjoying deep diving into fantasy worlds and I want to explore more of it. That has come about genuinely because I've been enjoying the Throne of Glass series so much. And yes, I am still yet to finish it, but I really don't want it to end. That's all from me, guys. I'll see you at the end of February. Bye.